Parent does not mean somebody who is responsible enough. It only means guiding, nurturing in a good way. Or it can also be judgmental, critical, bossy, dictatorial, showing superiority over the other person. They both are good parents and not so good parents. When Krishna becomes a stern parent for child Arjuna, tells a child, you are not okay. Don't be ignorant. Don't be fearful, or don't fear. Be clear possible that Krishna's parental value system is more robust and his arguments are more valid. When a student is confused, a smile is reassuring. A smile from the teacher is reassuring. Oh, you are a fool. I have explained to you the most confidential of all knowledge. Now deliberate on this fully. Completely analyze it. And you do what fits you. I have told you my views. I'm not forcing you as a parent, okay, do only this, otherwise I'll beat you up. No. My duty as a parent is to nurture, give a framework. No following is yours. There is a clear separation of responsibility. My delusion is destroyed. My memory restored. I stand firm, ready to act. There's a total clarity in Arjuna's mind. There's a free child, energy and willingness. Totally integrated with the parent. I am okay. You are okay. Welcome all for this Gita Jayanti occasion in the eve of Gita Jayanti. Let us spend some 40-45 minutes talking a little, because it is just scratching the surface. For centuries, people have been talking about it, and I am too small a person to talk on that subject. But however, with my favorite viewers of WishwaTalk, I'd like to share a few views. So I will start sharing the screen.
प्रथमोऽध्यायः धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मामकाः पाण्डवाश्चैव किमकुर्वत सञ्जय.
So as Bhagavad Gita is narrated, the first stanza or the first verse is not Krishna who speaks, not Arjuna who speaks. It is Dhritarashtra who is asking Sanjaya, what is happening in the war field? Where mine, this is the thing which I have written in red. Mamaka Pandavas Chaiva. Mamaka, it is a blind love. Instead of telling Kauravas and Pandavas, or my children and Pandavas' children, he says Mamakas, mine. It's a very powerful statement there coming right in the first stanza. And we all know what blind love does to the society, depending upon the position that we occupy. Or at home, if we just have a blind love, excessive indulgence in our children or in our family members, irrespective of what is dharma, what is appropriate to do, this is what happens. Like Indira Gandhi and Sanjay Gandhi's indulgences, we know how the nation suffered for 2.5 years. Duryodhani is the name given to Indira Gandhi in Shashi Tharoor's The Great Indian Novel, one of his earlier works. And this kind of blind love is again discussed by great works like Guru Charan Das, the difficulty of being good. So one of the difficulty of being good is a blind love that we cannot control. So that is what the thing starts with. So there is a message in everything that we see. Now, let's say, we'll just keep switching gears a little here and there, but all connected. If I say, you are like me, I am like you, we are alike. When I say, you are like me, I say, you are a child. Intentionally or unintentionally, I say, okay, I'm superior to you. I know more than you. There is a power distance between you and me. If I say, I am like you, it is the inverse. I'm looking at the parent. In the first one, the parent is looking at the child. In the second one, I say, I am like you. In the sense, I have a respect for you. I mimic you. You're my role model. But in order to have a conversation, would say, we are alike. We are similar. I see you, you see me. Let us work together. So discussing this one, in the transaction analysis model, is a parent adult and child states. They are called the ego states. Parent does not mean somebody who is responsible enough. It only means guiding, nurturing in a good way. Or it can also be judgmental, critical, bossy, dictatorial, showing superiority over the other person. They both are good parent and not so good parents. An adult, again, does not mean mature. It only means non-emotional, factual. Based on data, we take decisions in the adult mode and information gathering and giving. There is no much of emotions there. There is no warmth there probably. We are just business-like. Child does not mean childish. And we are all children. We all have this child ego state at any age. Creative, curious, inventive, playful, childlike, joking. But again, there are negative aspects of being a child. Let us going further. The behavioral models taken from these life positions, the top two rows are for the parent, the bottom two rows are for the child ego state, and the center one is for the adult role. So in the behavioral model, being a parent, if you behave like a parent, the negative control is the dominating. We know many families, many classrooms, many organizations where there is a negative control. I say this, so that has to be done. There is a high command which decides everything, others have no say. Maybe democracy, so what? Others, negative care, marshmallowing, like we already saw, mamaka. There is negative care, excessive care, indulgence, pardoning everything, scared of the child. Because, the child may feel bad. So I will do everything. I'll play for it. This kind of indulgence also we see in many homes. Not able to tell what is right and what is wrong, where the child may feel upset. Don't tell the facts. Be scared. The positive control is structuring. How do I give a structure to the child? Himself is in the child role. How to wake up, brush your teeth when you wake up, make your bed, eat properly, be mindful, be on time, respect your words. Positive control, structuring, being a framework. Positive care is nurturing mode again, caring for the wounded. Anybody, whenever you show some care, whenever you show some concern, whenever you give some support, we are in nurturing mode. Accounting happens in the adult mode. There is accounting element, responsibility, face-to-face. In the child, there is a positive, socialized self where the child is cooperating. They say, okay, I'll give you a turn. It doesn't matter if I lose. It's a game after all. Positive, natural self, spontaneous mode, natural. I don't think, I don't plan, I'm not vindictive, I'm not planning or whatever. Coming naturally. The negative child, one is compliant. I will do whatever my parents tell. I will not apply my mind. I will not say my mind. I will keep quiet. I don't agree with it, but I will just be compliant. Why invite trouble? Why be frank? Other is resistance, arrogance, disobedience. If you say so, I will do the other way around. Or if you tell me don't do this, I will keep repeating that. And negative natural self, immature, showing a lot of immaturity. So the central five are called the fabulous five. Positive control, positive care, accounting, positive socialized self, and positive natural self. These are the modes with which we work on. So in some other context, people have called it as the life position. One of the ego state are the life positions. One is I am okay, you are okay. Healthy, ideal relationship between two people. I am okay, you are not okay. It's blaming others. If something happens, okay, somebody else is responsible. I am not accountable. The next one is I am not okay, you are okay. I'm at fault. I must have done something. Self-blame, inferiority complex. I'm not okay, you're not okay. This world is not going to change. There is so much of corruption. There is so much of bribery. So I will also give bribe because there is bribery in the country. I have no action, you have no action, the things will continue as it is. No issue. There is a hopeless situation where we know that something is wrong in the system or with the other person. But I say, okay, I'm also like that. Because somebody does something wrong, I'll also do the same. So these are the main things around which we'll try to see what Bhagavad Gita told us 5,000 years ago. These aspects of transaction analysis.
दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवानीकम् व्यूढम् दुर्योधनस्तदा आचार्यमुपसङ्गम्य राजा वचनमब्रवीत्.
Dhritarashtra goes to Drona Acharyam Upasangamya, goes to Drona and explains about the formation of the armies from the both the sides. He doesn't go to Bhishma. He doesn't go to Karna, who is his best friend. He doesn't go to Dushasana. He doesn't go to Shakuni. He goes to Acharya. Because he considered it a parent role. He has taught. Teacher always occupies a role of a parent. So it's always a parental role when you have a teacher-student situation playing that role. And a child often seeks approval from his parent. Of all the people, we seek approval from the teachers. We can see right from the lower KG, of course, it keeps coming down, the influence of the teacher, especially very young children, they want to dress like teachers, they want to talk like teachers, they want to wear like teachers. So it's an ideal thing. So that playing a parental role, we have got an extra responsibility because we are being watched, we are being mimicked. Now, this one is an interesting stanza. So Duryodhana tells Drona that the Pandavas' army is headed, the chief of Pandavas' army is Drupada Putra. And who is Drupada Putra? Drishtadyumna was born to kill Drona. When Drupada was insulted by Drona, Arjuna dragged him behind the cart and made him prostrate in front of Drona for some old revenge. So Drupada does some yaga and begets Drishtadyumna. The whole life purpose of Drishtadyumna is to kill Drona. He is born to kill Drona. Now he is heading Pandava's army. But Tava Shishyena, who taught him archery? Drona. So later in Bhagavad Gita, we say Swadharme Nidhanam Shreyaha. Krishna tells Arjuna, Swadharme Nidhanam Shreyaha. Whatever is your dharma, whatever is your duty, it is good even to die doing that work. So as if he's foretelling about Drona's death, Drona going to be killed by Drishtadyumna in some other part of Mahabharata. So he says, your Shishya, your disciple, Drishtadyumna is heading Pandava's army. It may also be an ulterior message, taunting Drona, telling that, look, you are the one who has taught your enemy. You are the one who has nurtured your enemy, whatever.
Arjuna uvacha senayorubhayor madhye ratham sthapayamechuta. Arjuna uvacha senayorubhayor madhye ratham sthapayamechuta.
Now, what is being told by Arjuna is that take my chariot and place it between the two armies. I want to see the people who have come to fight from our side and the enemy's side. This is a beautiful, ordered situation. We want to evaluate the context before we take an action. It's a good ordered state from Arjuna. Before the confused mind starts, he enters the battlefield with a mature mind, like an adult. No child there, no confusion while he entered the battlefield. Then comes the problem.
Drishtvam swajanam Krishna yuyuksum samupasthitam Sidanti mama gatrani mukhancha parishusyati Vepathuscha sharire me Romaharshasya jayate Gandivam sramsate hastat Tvachaiva paridakyate Naja shaknomyavasthatum Brahmati vachame manaha.
Now, what he says after looking at the people from both the sides, some relatives, close, some teachers, elders, grandparents, then he says, okay, now I cannot fight with these people. Fear and confusion. But what happens? The bodily symptoms. See, what is happening is that his mind is troubled. Physically, he has not started the war yet. But he's already telling, Sidanti mama gatrani mukhancha parishishyati. My mouth is dry. I cannot bear this. And my whole body is trembling. Gandivam samsate hastat. He is known as Gandivi, is another name for Arjuna. He said that Gandiva, for which he was at some stage of the story, he is his own Yudhishthira. That is the respect he has got for his weapon. He says Gandivam samsate hastat. Gandivi says that Gandivam samsate. It's slipping from my hand. You can see the intense confusion, the fear, whatever it is. So no problem. If our children find, okay, the pen is slipping from the hand when I have to write in the examination, my hand is sweating, we know the reason is not the real thing. It is an imagination. It is the maya. It is a confusion that is created. And you can see the stress that we see, body stress, is not necessarily body stress. If you drive in Bangalore for 1 hour, you are far more tired than driving 5 hours on the highway. What makes you so tired? What makes our neck pain? What makes our stomach churn? What makes the whole body suffers when we mentally suffer. A lot of things that we say, okay, I got a physical problem, is not necessarily physical problem. A lot of it is because of the stress that we feel in the mind. So no, and Arjuna is another good human being and he has gone through whatever. So the duty collides with the emotion, arrives with confidence, and collapses when faced with the reality. Like all of us have the problem. Then he says, okay, I don't see any shreya, anything good.
Nakangshe vijayam Krishna, nacharadyam sukhani cha.
He has come to fight.
Kim no rajyena govinda, kim bhogai jivitena va.
He says, I don't want to fight. I don't want to win. I don't want the kingdom. What is the point? Kim no rajyena, kim no vijayam, naja rajyam sukhanicha. I don't want happiness. I don't want comfort. I don't want anything. So confused, so withdrawn, which happens with all of us time to time. So he is depicting our mind. He is depicting our behavior. So and all of this comes from the parental scripting. Parental scripting means as we are growing, we are told, okay, what is right, what is wrong, whom to respect, whom to fight with. All the scripting gets in deep into our mind. It is not a thought process. It is a faith process. All the child behavior, this is a typical child behavior where I say, okay, I know this is a tradition. If a cat crosses the road, I have to come back. I should not pursue the travel. If something happens and my left eye is twitching, okay, there is something wrong going to happen. Beliefs, just endless beliefs rather than tested concepts. So again, we have got this parent, adult and child. Sometimes they get mixed. So the parent and adult get mixed up. I do not know whether I'm playing a parent role or adult role. Part scripting, part adult. So there is a prejudice. Parents' behavior is copied. It is not an adult behavior. Similarly, adult and child can get mixed up. There can be delusion, grounded on fear, hallucination, abuse, etc. So unless we decontaminate, say, am I behaving like a parent whose main thing is to nurture the children, give a framework? Am I behaving a child who is intuitive, who can be positive or negative, or am I an adult? So if this sense dawns, or even if we reflect later, that would be helpful. So this is the kind of thing what happens. Parent, adult, child, PAC. The interactions will happen the parent to child to parent. So typically what happens with the child would be the child's love and hero worship, devotion, surrender, helplessness. I am not okay. Parental love, nurture, structure, control. But the moment we are in the parent role, we say that you are not okay to the other person. I will say you are like me. We are not alike. That is the kind of message.
Kutasva kashmalamidam vishame samupasthitam anaryajushtamasvargyam akirtikaram Arjuna klaibyam masmagama partha naitattvai upapadyate ksudram hridaya daurbalyam.
Now, this probably is only one of the very few places when Krishna becomes a stern parent for child Arjuna. Tells a child, you are not okay. Klaibyam Masmagama Partha. Don't be ignorant. Don't be fearful or don't fear. Be clear possible that Krishna's parental value system is more robust and his arguments are more valid. But however, he is very clearly telling Arjuna that you are not okay. This is not acceptable. Kutastva kashmalamidam. From where has this contamination come to your mind? That to vishame samupasthitam. This difficult situation, you are polluting yourself. So get out of this one. Uttishta parantapa. Now we look at this word play. Parantapa is sorcerer of others, who brings fear in others, who you are supposed to fight with, who should be scared of you. You are scared of the situation. This is a kshudram hrudaya daurbalyam. This is your weakness in the heart. It is in the mind, it is not physical. And this play of strength, specifically he is using parantapa. Tapa means heat. You are supposed to bring heat in the other person's mind or body. Instead of that, you are scared of it.
कार्पण्यदोषोपहतस्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेताः यच्छ्रेयस्यां निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधिमां त्वां प्रपन्नम्.
At last, Arjuna says, okay, I don't understand, I'm confused. I'm dharma sammudha. I do not know what to do. I do not know what is proper for me to do, what is not proper. Not proper. You please tell me. I do not know. I seek your help. I need your guidance. What is good for me? Because I am your shishya. I am your disciple. I am a child. No doubt about that. I am no more your friend. So confused child seeks parents' guidance and help. Avoids accountability. That is another aspect of it. He says, you tell me, I will do what is. You tell me what is good for me. So the thing is that partly it's, getting out of the responsibility rather than getting into the debate and discussion with Krishna, which he does later. Right in the beginning, he says, okay, you guide me. I will do what you say.
नयोत्स्य इति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः.
So he says, Nayotsya, I'm not going to fight. And he keeps quiet. He just withdraw. I won't fight. Just withdraw. But look at the first line. Evamukta Hrishikesham, which is Krishna. Gudakeshaha. Gudakesha is one who has 1 hour sleep or 1 hour ignorance. So the moment we say Gudakesha, he is not with any maya. He has won over that ignorance. And Parantapa, as we say, he is the one who is supposed to be a fear for the enemies. Enemies should wake up on the Shiva in front of Parantapa. And he who has won over the ignorances, who has won over the sleep in the outer sense, and who is a threat to any enemy, he says, I won't fight. This is what intense stress can do to us. Here, Tamuvacha Hrishikesha Prahasanniva Bharata. As if he is smiling or smilingly Krishna tells. Irrespective of all the difficult things that Arjuna expressed, telling that I won't fight, no use for killing Bhishma, they're all my Guru Nahatva. How would I kill my gurus? How can I kill my kings? After all that illogical argument also, Krishna in the parental role, totally nurturing parent, says, Prahasan Niva. He, with a smile, he does. In the midst of both the armies, smiling face, no parental command, no telling you are not okay here. When a student is confused, a smile is reassuring. A smile from the teacher is reassuring. Oh, you are a fool. He is a vidyarthi. He has come to seek education. He is not a patient. He says, when you go to a hospital or when you go to a pharmacy, patient's name. I may be fully healthy. I may go to a pharmacy to buy a piece of chocolate, but still my name will be referred as patient. So this is a typical, bias that we have, which you have to overcome. So what happens is that Krishna explains with gentle, simple language, clears confusion in the remaining part of the Bhagavad Gita, gives permission nurturing parents, and removes limiting beliefs. So the key themes in Krishna's discourse: duty, clarity, self-awareness, freedom from fear, and disciplined action. This is what we get generally. You look for a simple answer, but the whole thing becomes complicated. Fortunately, Bhagavad Gita is not complicated. So endlessly we can go through that. So these are kind of transactions we can have between the parent and child, immense possibilities, but mostly the transactions, complementary transactions, parent to child, child to parent, parent to parent, parent to parent. These are the things. Sometimes there can be cross transaction. I consider the other person as a child, but the other person considered to me, other person is in adult mode, talks to me like an adult. So there are total 72 possible types, but only a few are practical. The ulterior transaction, speak like an adult, but the internal transaction is like a child to parent. We will not debate too much on that. Adult to adult, we solve problem. Critical parent to adoptive child, say direct the child, protect the child. Nurturing parent, we show care and love. Free child to free child is a fun and creativity.
व्यामिश्रेणेव वाक्येन बुद्धिं मोहयसेव मे तदेकं वद निश्चित्य येन श्रेयोऽहमाप्नुयाम्.
Again, Arjuna says, tell me definitely what is good for me. Tadekam vada nischitya. Tell me decisively, I don't want to apply my mind. This is still the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita. He is not yet a fully adult. He is not talking to Krishna like an adult to adult. He is not clarifying doubt. He is not definitely seeking help. He is saying, hold my hand. I will do what you say. Tell me one thing which is appropriate. So still he is not known. There is a confusion and helplessness. Now this clarity of communication, which is there in Bhagavad Gita, we confuse after thousands of years. This is what I see in Bangalore. Let's follow traffic rules 24/7, and our favorite Rahul Dravid is there. Now see the grammatical error. Let us, there should have been apostrophe. There is let's, put up a BBMP. And lakhs of people see this slide, these slides or no, this information there. Follow traffic rules 24/7. Why the line fade there? Anyway, Kannada is the most abused language. This is a kind of expression that day in and day out I hear in Vidabharati, for example. Programs was good. Karyakramaಗಳು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು. Number disagreement is the most common mistake Kannadigas do when they speak Kannada. And they are proud of Kannada, they fight for it, they die for it, but they are not interested in self-improvement, unfortunately. They park near my home. One board says, which is right up the pole, open for children aged 3 to 9. Above 9 not allowed, below 3 not allowed. Right below that, not very far, is a single shot. He says only for children below 5. There's a confusion in the communication. When there is such confusion in the communication from parent, the government is a parent role. BBMP is playing the parent role. In such short vicinity, and this is there for years, it is there. There is no change. There is no corrections being done there. And you give you feedback that goes down the dustbin. So again, getting back to the epithets and the meaning, various words that are used by Krishna in addressing Arjuna. One, Partha Kaunteya. Pritha was the maiden name of Arjuna's mother. Then she is adopted by Kunti Bhoj. Then she becomes Kunti. So Krishna, when he addresses Partha Kaunteya, telling you are son of Pritha, son of Kunti, you are my aunt's son, you are my first cousin. Because Arjuna's mother is a sister of Vasudeva, Krishna's father. So what he is trying to tell, okay, there is an identity, there is a duty, there are moral clarity. You owe something to the world because you come from such lineage. Some places he calls him Dhananjaya, conqueror of wealth. When he wants to motivate through past success, okay, you have done so great. Now how can you withdraw? Some places a Budakesha, conqueror of sleep, of ignorance. So invokes self-discipline. Sabyasachi is somebody who can fight with both the hands, left hand or right hand. Ambidextrous. Somebody can bat with the left-hander, right-hander, both together. So say you are such a great warrior. Get back, Sabyasachi. Parantapa, Mahabahu, you are a strong person. He never says you bloody fool to Krishna. Krishna doesn't tell that to Arjuna. He always talks with respect. And when he talks with respect, he relates the occasion to address how. So this is the same thing.
शुद्धोऽसि बुद्धोऽसि निरञ्जनोऽसि संसारमाया परिवर्जितोऽसि संसारस्वप्नं त्यज्य मोहनिद्रां मदालसोल्लापरुवंशपुत्रम्.
This is from Madalasa Purana, from Markandeya Purana, where she says to her infant child who doesn't understand the language probably, you are pure, you are wise, you are stainless. This world is only a play of illusion. Rise above it and rejoice. This is a lullaby which Madalasa, Queen Madalasa sang for her children. So just comparing with what Krishna spoke to Arjuna, irrespective of the situation, you are Mahabahu, you are Parantapa.
श्रद्धधानश्च संशयात्मा विनश्यति नायं लोकोऽस्ति न परः न सुखं संशयात्मनः.
This is very, very important message. Ignorant and faithless persons who doubt the revealed scripture do not attain God consciousness, is what Krishna says. Leave it aside. Untrusting relationship, whatever it is, parent to child, order to adult, whichever is the relationship, trust is the core aspect of love, care, concern going forward. If he says, a child tells something, you say, are you sure? You lost the child. Will you swear by your parents? You lost the connection. You trust, at best 5% of the time, 10% of the time I will be deceived. I would like to be deceived 10% of the time, then deceive myself 90% of the time by doubting everyone. I would rather trust. And nasukam samshayatmanaha. If you doubt anything, if you are continuously doubting the intent, the situation, then there is no happiness. So each chapter, what is addressed in each chapter?
उद्धरेदात्मनात्मानं नात्मानमवसादयेत् आत्मैव ह्यात्मनो बन्धुः आत्मैव रिपुरात्मनः.
This is another great message. We have to elevate ourselves through the power of our own mind and not to degrade ourselves. Uddhare atmanatmana. It is a bootstrapping. We have to improve ourselves. Nobody else can come and bring us up. And it's all the play of mind. Importance of self-discipline, self-control, teaching that we are responsible for our own spiritual elevation or downfall. Not only spiritual, whatever you do in life. This I consider one of the most important messages of Bhagavad Gita, to be responsible ourselves, to be ordered ourselves. Then there is a beautiful stanza by Kabir Das talking something close to this, which also I love. He says, Aap hi dandi, aap tarazu, aap hi baitha tolta. You are the beam of the balance. You are the pan of the balance. You sit in that pan and you weigh yourselves. Aap hi mali, aap bagicha, aap hi kaliya todta. You are the mali, you are the gardener. And you are the garden yourselves. And you are the one who plucked flowers there. So everything is within you. Everything is within your power. Take your responsibility. Sab ban mein sab aap biraje, jad chetna mein dolta. Fine, that is going to the spiritual level. So the similar message all over, any scripture, any good work, we find that.
दुःखसुखस्वस्थः समलोष्टाश्मकाञ्चनः तुल्यप्रिया प्रियो धीरः तुल्यनिन्दात्मसंस्तुतिः मानापमानयोस्तुल्यः तुल्यो मित्रारिपक्षयोः सर्वारम्भपरित्यागी गुणातीतः स उच्यते.
This is the equanimity. Remain balanced in joy and sorrow. Self-established. Cloud of earth and gold are equal. Samaloshtasma kanchana. Kanchana is gold. They're all equal except unpleasant, pleasant. They will happen. So we cannot crave only for what is good for us. We cannot crave only for chocolate and forget something that is bitter. We have to have balance in life. In some of the chapters, Krishna also tells what to eat, what not to eat, what is sattvic food, what is Rajasic food, what is Tamasic food, what happens when we the whole lot of in such a small book, everything, every framework that we need to lead a normal life at any stage, at any age, they're all described. This is another beautiful verse.
सहजं कर्म कौन्तेय सदोषमपि न त्यजेत् सर्वारम्भा हि दोषेण धूमेनाग्निरिवावृताः.
When I teach, if a student makes an error, I said, okay, let us celebrate. You have made an error, you have failed in achieving something that is expected, you have taught the whole class. Now we will work together to solve the problem. So every endeavor, every work that we do is covered with some sort of fault. There is nothing like a perfect answer. What was okay yesterday will become not okay today. What worked yesterday may not work today. It keeps happening with us. Like today morning also, it took me a couple of minutes to get the audio through. What worked yesterday in the test that doesn't work today. This keeps happening in life. So if you're frustrated, if you blame ourselves or blame somebody else, okay, something wrong. I don't know, not my responsibility, somewhere else. Then there is no solution. Everything will be full of fault. It will start with fault. Like fire is covered with the smoke. Dhume natni avritaha. One should not give up the work which is born of his nature, his dharma, even if such work is full of fault. So we will accept mistakes in ourselves and others and not keep on this blaming game. Especially parents with children, we have endless problems with this kind of thing. Accept, celebrate the error, celebrate the mistake, no issue. Then there is a courage to overcome that. Dignity in fighting it rather than diminishing ourselves. So having told all these good things, at last what Krishna says,
इति ते ज्ञानमाख्यातम् गुह्यात् गुह्यतरं मया विमृशैतदशेषेण यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु.
So at last, 18th chapter, 63rd verse, Krishna says, I have explained to you the most confidential of all knowledge, guhyat guhyataram. Now deliberate on this fully. Vimrishya asheshena tat ame asheshana. Completely analyze it. And yatechasi tatha kuru. You do what fits you. I have told you my views. I'm not forcing you as a parent, okay, do only this, otherwise I'll beat you up. No. My duty as a parent is to nurture, give a framework. Now following is yours. There is a clear separation of responsibility. So then I am okay, you are okay. At the end, after Krishna says this, my delusion is destroyed. My memory restored. I stand firm, ready to act. There's a total clarity in Arjuna's mind. There's a free child, energy and willingness. Totally integrated with the parent. I am okay, you are okay.
नष्टो मोहस्मृतिर्लब्धा त्वत्प्रसादान्मयाच्युत स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः करिष्ये वचनं तव.
Again, my confusion has ended. I have regained understanding by your grace. I am free from doubts and will do your bidding.